Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod we got a weapon mod here. This is the EM2. I don't know why my character's kind of janking with it. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like, yeah, there's a little jitter thing. The EM2, also known as the Rifle Number 9 Mark 1 or Jansen Rifle, was a British assault rifle. It was briefly adopted by British forces in 1951, but the decision was overturned very shortly thereafter by Winston Churchill's incoming government in an effort to secure NATO standardization of small arms and ammunition. It's a bullpup rifle, which means the magazine is behind the receiver. It has a built-in carrying handle and scope. So I've just crafted the gun. It does have a built-in carrying handle and scope. I don't know why my character's doing weird jank things with the hands. We can show it off in third person as well. It does come with a short scope style sniper scope, right? Fully automatic rifle. Third person reload animation. I guess we'll show the first person reload animation. But yeah, it's a free gun too, because you craft it here at the Compensator at the very bottom here, weapon EM2. The Rifle Number 9 Mark 1 EM2 free weapon. You shoots the .38 ammo at a fire rate of 110, which seems pretty fucking quick. But we'll see what customization we're going to do here. A big aspect of this gun to me is, well, for one thing, it's lowered. It's not going to be lowered all the time. It's doing some weird things. My game's doing some weird things, so I think that's just my game. But obviously we have the built-in scope, which is nice, which makes sense, because like I said, according to Wikipedia, I read the Wikipedia to you, okay? We can make it semi-automatic, which is an interesting effect. It says the fire rate goes up at semi-auto. We can make the barrel short or long. Part of the big benefit of this particular mod, though, is it only weighs in at 21 megabytes. So it's quite small compared to some assault rifle mods. So I'm a little concerned. So iron sights, we put that on there. That's the regular, and we put, it has a whole scope on there still. We gotta take the scope off and something. We could put a black polymer or 10 polymer skin on there. Let's put the black polymer on there. Why not? We can increase damage modifiers. If you're concerned that the 44 damage weapon does is too low, which it might be. If you make it semi-auto, does the damage increase? No. So that's interesting. You can make a standard or short barrel, right? So the short barrel does just decrease range, but it would make it lighter, right? So we could put scopes on here, but the iron sights don't actually work, it seems like. Did they work? This is an interesting set of circumstances. We could put a compensator on there, heavy duty compensator, a Barrett muzzle brake apparently, different kinds of muzzle brakes and compensators, all which would achieve to reduce recoil and increase accuracy. A noiseless suppressor. A Viper suppressor. Let's put the noiseless on. Is it literally noiseless? There's not a huge amount of customization with this weapon. I have a reminder, put iron sights on the weapon. Are we going to use them? We are technically using the iron sights. It's like to the left of the scope. I don't like that look at all. Because it makes it very impossible to see what you're shooting at. But it is actually not noiseless either. But it is very quiet. It's a very quiet weapon. I do not like the iron sights on this particular weapon at all. I do like the look of the black polymer, though. We can also make the weapon semi-auto, which does count for something. And I think you might, especially at semi-auto rate, you're going to need some kind of... so we could... This is like a little red dot sight. Maybe we could put a little red dot on there. Little red dot action. Yeah, just a nice little red dot. Semi-auto. You can tap it pretty quick. That might be the effective way to use it, because it's just the way that the Fallout weapons work, is that semi-auto is always the best. Not a huge amount of customization. We are, by reducing the mod's file size down, making it so that there's less customization than I've seen on other weapons for sure, right? The EMBA. I don't know what the EMBA sight is, though. These are all weird things. I'd probably at least double the... yeah... in there, you get in there. I don't know about double the damage, but at least make it right here, plus 80% to do 108 damage per shot. A semi-auto 308 bullet. This is okay, this is the actual iron sights. The M-bus here. I can tap the trigger quite quickly and waste this 20 round clip. There's no extended magazine options. There's no anything like that. It's real simple stuff here. I don't know what sight I like the most, though, so far out of the ones. Probably the Micro T1, just a real simple scope. The default scope is fine, though, too. It is actually wonderful. Like I said, within the damage increase and stuff on it, you could, and a suppressor and stuff, you could definitely kind of snipe with this weapon. We gotta actually reload now, and then we can look at the workbench, thanks. But yeah, if you made it semi-auto, I'd probably put the standard just scope on there, right? You obviously want the long barrel for that increased range and accuracy and stuff, right? And then, suppressor. This is a pretty basic weapon. You can make a full auto still, but this is kind of how I'd work it. I'd at least put this much damage on there. I mean, we could show it off at its default value, and we'll go test the weapon out in some combat like this, but I'm not sure its effectiveness at 44 damage. It's at least a unique and interesting thing. Obviously, I know this weapon most because I play a lot of Call of Duty. It was one of the free weapons that came out for Black Ops Cold War, because it would be kind of, I guess, in that era. And it was very powerful because it had a very slow rate of fire, but hit hard per bullet. This weapon seems to shoot very quickly, even in semi-auto mode. You're getting some shots out. So we're gonna go test it out some combat at default values, default scope, all that stuff, right? We put a suppressor on there. Essentially, that's it. Really the major differences of things. We put a suppressor on there. The barrel is standard, the sight's standard. Suppressor. We made it black polymer, and we made it semi-auto, which does increase the fire. I guess we can make it automatic. We're gonna just show it off at default values because I really want to see, because like there's not a huge amount to this weapon. It is cool that it's craftable for free, so you can just kind of add it to your game and stuff. But it does shoot what I would consider more expensive ammunition than most assault rifle mods at the 5.56 range. I understand that the EM2 does shoot bigger bullets, but it's not really getting the damage benefit as such unless you give it that extra modification that way. So I'm going to go get to some combat, and I will see you guys when we get there, and we'll see how effective the weapon is, kind of almost at base default. Alright everybody, we are here at the Coast Guard Pier. There's some super mutants here. Not the hardest combat in the game, but definitely tough combat. I did want to show off that I have fully maxed out the Commando perk, and the Rifleman perk over here. So this is the maximum damage with perks involved, right? 44 is not very much one way or the other, but we're going to test it out. We'll see how it goes. I'm also going to get blown up by a mine. Yeah, no, mutants, it's fine. I wasn't planning on sneaking anyway. We'll test out some multiple combat styles here too. But like, if we put a burst, it's still not dying in one burst. And the Molotov hurts. It do be burning. I mean, obviously the bullpup reload, it does look nice. That's obviously unique custom animation. There's a suicider. We need to get rid of that right now. We need to reload. Suicider, back up a second, bud. I'm just dead. We'll try again. But then look, the damage of the weapon for such a small magazine of 20, right? At full auto even. We're spraying, we're praying, we're hoping. We got to obviously use some stealth tactics here, which is not necessarily my forte. I don't know if you guys have seen me play a video game before. But like, even when we're talking about sneak attack criticals, that's a brute. I mean, it's not sneak attack criticals anymore, but I have to put like a whole mag into a brute of 308 ammunition. I mean, some of these weaker super mutants are going down fairly quick, but not necessarily as weak as I'd think. I would like to think that we need a damage modification on this weapon, but that is a free crafting thing. We gotta really be worried about the suicider though. Hello, dog. Like, even a couple shots into a mutant hound is a pretty tanky thing. I like the scope though. The scope is nice, but it's obviously just kind of like a default scope. And you can tap fire the weapon even in full auto mode. I think the semi-auto might be the way to go, obviously just to waste less ammunition. Where'd the suicider go? I'm really concerned I'm going to get blown up again and be embarrassed. But yeah, that's not a huge chunk of damage on what is essentially a default super mutant. It will go down. It's not like the weapon isn't effective, but I definitely think the damage boost on this weapon is required. It doesn't have a huge amount of attachments, but that is a trade, right? That's a...
I only had a bobby pin.
I don't even have a bobby pin. Well, I could shoot the door open too. At least there's that. At least the weapon's effective enough to do that. Suicide or something? More super mutant something? But yeah, I mean, obviously, the weapon's it works well. It has unique looking animations. Obviously, I can't really show off the third person aiming and stuff. But you can see it does shoot. My head's doing a weird bob thing. I don't know if that doesn't seem like it's quite correct in third person. But it's maybe because I have a particular third person animation mod. You never really know with these things. I really like to look at the EM2. It's kind of a classic iconic rifle. The weapon textures here hold up like decently well enough, considering its file size especially, I would say. But it is lacking what I would think is some effectiveness. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go give it a damage boost, and then we'll test it out in some more combat, and I'll see you when we get there. Alright everybody, more super mutants, different location. We've made the weapon semi-auto. I did want to show off here in the menus real quick before we're about to get fucking blown to shit. We have doubled the damage. I have put plus 100%. We're at 124 damage with semi-auto, a high rate of fire, put a different red dot sight on here. We're going to test the weapon out in this effectiveness. Much better at taking down that super mutant well before he blew up, right? This is where I feel like the weapon is actually the most effective. And obviously, it is cool that you can customize it to do that. These are also more of those super mutants at high levels and stuff, skirmishers and stuff. We can show off bat shots. We're not getting an extreme amount of accuracy here. But obviously, we do have a red dot sight in there. But two-shotting a skirmisher, if I hit it. Can I hit this next one, maybe? No, it went behind cover. Can we stop wasting my AP on nothing? It always happens that way, man. You ever have that happen to you, where you just like start shooting at something and then it goes behind cover? So that one's dead. It is doing what I would consider an effective amount of damage. This might be some middle ground that might be actually the most effective. But semi-auto is definitely the way to go on this weapon, because it does have just as much fire rate without... The Mutant Hound didn't even die to the mine. But they did help. Boom, 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 boom. You could really tap it out, though. I wish there was a bigger extended mag, too, though. I just think... There's a trap there. We're just getting out of that. But I do... The EM2 is a classic, iconic, bullpup-looking designed rifle, right? But I just wish there was some more to it. I understand you wanted to really keep the file size down, but I feel like you're losing too much else out to other assault rifle mods. Like recently, last week, I covered a video about this Modern Warfare Ram 7. This gun has perks. It has all kinds of things. Full auto rate of fire. Shoots much cheaper, much more common 5.56 ammunition. Obviously, we're doubling or even tripling file sizes on this, but maybe even quadrupling. I'm not exactly sure what the Ram 7's file size is, but for a simple rifle, this is good. This is a good assault rifle. You're going to have to increase its damage, though, especially late game. Maybe early game it'll be fine, but like you're going to have to use that damage modifier, right? And most guys, I don't recommend that, actually. And this one is one that I do. I just feel like it's not doing enough damage. But you can make this weapon functional and useful, and obviously it does look cool and iconic. Obviously, I put the wood grain back on there because I like to look at that a lot. I like just like wood furniture on my weapons, you know, like a classic wood AK, stuff like that. You guys let me know. What do you think of the EM2? Is it an assault rifle that... Or a rifle, I guess it doesn't have to be an assault rifle. It's just a rifle that a bullpup rifle that you want to include into your load order, because it is cheap in terms of its space requirement, right? So that's something that interests you. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to check out this mod for yourselves, the easiest way to do that is to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page or the Nexus mod page, where you can find this mod for yourselves, and you can download it for yourselves there. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video. That's okay too. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. You can also become a channel member for 99 cents. It's just that wigging out thing. I'm a character's doing that. But you can become a channel member for 99 cents. It's as cheap as I can make it, and it's all that YouTube cares about. They want me to get members. They keep emailing me about that stuff. Whatever. You guys have a good rest of your day, though. Regardless of what situation you have going on, try to have the best day you possibly can. I'll try to have a really good day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.